If your mind jumps from one thing to another every few minutes, if new ideas hit you like lightning while you're supposed to be focusing, your brain isn't broken. It's wired for something most people will never experience. Most people don't realize this, but your brain has been lying to you about what distraction really means. Psychologists are now calling this the Wanderlust Brain. It's that constant pull toward novelty, curiosity, and new connections. And once you understand it, you'll see why you act the way you do, why boring tasks feel impossible, why you start 10 projects and finish 2, why your relationships sometimes feel shallow because you crave depth in ideas instead of small talk. Your career, your creativity, even your self-worth, all of it is shaped by this one psychological pattern. It's not laziness, it's not a flaw, but if you keep fighting it the wrong way, it will keep sabotaging you. But here's where it gets even worse. Most people with a Wanderlust brain spend their entire lives trying to fix it. They download focus apps, set Pomodoro timers, force themselves into rigid routines. And guess what? It makes them miserable. Because you're not fighting distraction. You're fighting your brain's natural superpower. Here's the painful part. Your brain chooses novelty over consistency every single time unless you force it to change. Psychology shows that people wired for high curiosity and divergent thinking, like those with ADHD traits or multipotentialite minds, get massive dopamine hits from new ideas, new stimuli, new possibilities. But routine, boring tasks, they trigger almost zero reward. So your brain literally starves when you try to grind through monotony. That's why you feel empty after forcing focus. It's not you failing discipline. It's biology choosing survival mode. Explore the unknown, because that's how humans evolved breakthroughs. The harsh truth. If you ignore this wiring, you'll stay stuck in cycles of guilt, burnout, and unfinished potential. And this next part explains why your life hasn't changed yet. But here's the part nobody wants to admit. The same brain that scatters your attention is also the one that makes Einstein-level connections. The one that invents new businesses, writes hit songs, solves problems others can't see. Most people stop here, and that's the biggest mistake. So what is the Wanderlust brain, really? It's rooted in novelty-seeking behavior. Your brain's reward system, dopamine pathways, lights up strongest for new, uncertain, surprising things. Evolution wired us this way. In dangerous environments, the curious ones survived by exploring new food sources, new territories, new tools. Today, that same system makes boring feel like torture. Neuroscience shows people with high novelty seeking, often linked to ADHD-like traits, even without a diagnosis, have weaker executive control over attention. Their minds wander more, spontaneously and deliberately. Studies from 2025 at the European College of Neuropsychopharmacology found that deliberate mind wandering, letting thoughts drift on purpose, fuels massive creativity. People with these traits score higher on divergent thinking tests, generating dozens of unusual ideas, connecting unrelated concepts, seeing patterns where others see chaos. This isn't mind wandering as distraction. It's divergent thinking in disguise. Your brain doesn't focus linearly like a laser. It scans broadly like radar, picking up signals from everywhere. That's why you get brilliant ideas in the shower, while driving, or right before sleep. But it also means sustained focus on one task feels like fighting gravity. Your mind thinks, there's more out there. Why stay here? The reality is this isn't a deficit. It's a different operating system, one built for innovation, not repetition. If that just hit you hard, good. It means you needed it. Here's the truth you've been avoiding. You're not too scattered to succeed. You've just been using a neurotypical playbook on a polymath brain. You've been trying to become someone else instead of harnessing what you already have. And that avoidance is why the guilt loop never ends. If you want to break this cycle and turn distraction into dominance, start with this one mental trick that actually works, the novelty sandwich method. First, accept your Wanderlust brain. Stop calling it a problem. Reframe distraction as data. Your brain is telling you it needs stimulation. Guilt kills momentum. Curiosity accelerates it. Second, Structure your day around novelty blocks instead of rigid focus sessions. Use the sandwich technique. Start with 25 to 40 minutes of deep work on your main task, the bread. When your mind starts wandering, and it will, don't fight it. Capture the distracting idea in a quick note, the filling. Then immediately return to the task. End the block with 5 to 10 minutes of deliberate mind wandering. Let your brain roam freely on that captured idea or something new. This rewards your dopamine system instead of starving it. Research shows deliberate mind wandering boosts creative output in high novelty brains far more than forced concentration. Third, batch your novelty. Group similar shallow tasks, emails, research, into one high stimulation window. Save your deepest creative work for when your brain is freshest, often right after a novelty hit like a walk or podcast. Polymaths throughout history, Da Vinci, Franklin, modern innovators, didn't force linear focus. They created systems where exploration fed execution. Fourth, build convergent anchors. After divergent bursts, force convergence with one brutal question. What's the one idea here worth pursuing right now? This trains your brain to harvest the gold from the chaos without losing the spark. Fifth, protect your environment. Reduce external novelty traps. Limit social media scrolls, notifications. Replace them with intentional inputs, books on unrelated fields, random Wikipedia dives scheduled. Feed the Wanderlust Brain quality fuel so it doesn't sabotage you with junk. Sixth, track wins differently. Don't measure success by hours focused. Measure by ideas generated, connections made, projects shipped, even if they're messy. Your brain thrives on progress through variety, not perfection through monotony. Finally, experiment weekly. Test one new harness technique, a 90-minute novelty sprint, a mind wander journal before bed. Your Wanderlust brain loves testing. Use that. Over time, what felt like chaos becomes controlled creativity. The people who change the world aren't the ones who focus the hardest. They're the ones who harness wandering minds into world-shifting ideas. You have that brain. Stop fighting it. Start feeding it. If you implement even one piece of this today, capture that next distracting thought instead of beating yourself up, you'll feel the shift. Your brain isn't lying anymore. It's guiding you. Drop in the comments. What's one idea your Wanderlust brain hit you with today? Hit subscribe if you want more psychology truths that actually help. See you in the next one.